The man had just wanted to have an early breakfast late at night, but suddenly noticed that the darkness outside was brighter than daytime. He checked the time. It was already 9:30 p.m. Alarmed, he rushed to the backyard to take a closer look. Above his head, a brilliant cloud mass had appeared in the sky, and all the surrounding winds were blowing toward its center, something completely against the laws of nature. Just as everyone looked on in confusion, the storm suddenly stopped, and the surroundings became eerily silent. But the next second, strange bolts of lightning began to strike all around without warning or pattern. The man held his daughter tightly, telling her not to be afraid, and hurriedly pulled his daughter back into the house. Trying to act brave again, the stubborn father said, "Lightning never strikes the same place twice." But almost immediately, he was proven terribly wrong. The merciless lightning struck the exact same spot again and again. Terrified by this unnatural phenomenon, the man and his daughter hid under the table, trembling through the night, not daring to come out. It wasn't until the next morning that he finally stepped outside, only to discover that many people were rushing toward the intersection, as if something extraordinary had happened there the previous night. When the man squeezed his way through the crowd, he saw that the road surface had caved in, forming a small pit. Curious, the man bent down to pick up a piece of rock, but to his surprise, the charred stone felt colder than ice. Just as everyone was puzzled, the ground suddenly seemed to come alive. A faint tremor could be felt beneath their feet, as if something small was trying to crawl out from the pit. Sensing that something was wrong, the onlookers quickly backed away. Then, with a series of deep rumbling sounds, the ground began to crack open rapidly. The fissures spread outward from the pit in all directions, and the terrifying force beneath seemed ready to burst forth with unstoppable power. Even the buildings by the roadside were instantly torn apart. At that moment, the man was shocked to notice that the cracks in the ground were no longer spreading outward. Instead, the area around the pit had collapsed into a massive circular shape. With a thunderous boom, a car was blasted out of the pit like a cannonball, and those who didn't dodge in time were almost crushed to death. Seeing this, the man quickly ducked behind another car for cover, then stared in horror as he saw a massive shape emerging within the mist. 3 gigantic tentacle-like limbs suddenly crashed down. Terrified, the man tumbled and crawled desperately to get away. When he finally gathered his senses and looked back, he saw what appeared to be a colossal mechanical eye breaking through the ground. With an ear-splitting roar, a towering steel monster, nearly 100 meters tall, slowly rose above the small town. It seemed the creature had been buried underground for ages, and the lightning strikes had somehow reactivated it.